I wanted to take an opportunity to share something that has actually been on my heart for a while now. And it's taken some time to figure out how to share something that's written on my heart in a way that other people can understand it. Because there's certain times when I'm spending time with the Lord and talking to Him, and I'm reminded about all of the prayers that I've prayed and all of the answers that He's given me. Hence this little one right here. And I'll kind of start there, because that's something that more people know about me. I kind of gave myself the title, The First Kiss Girl, and that wasn't something that came to me out of the blue or something like that. It came through my life story, because from a very young age, I was called, and I say called because it was God who really told me, that I was going to serve Him through being a wife and a mother. And being about 13, that seemed a ways off, and so I really didn't know what I was supposed to do until that happened. And gradually God started putting things in my path that I was able to learn and talk to women and hear stories of marriages that weren't working out, but also of Christians' faithfulness to the Lord through their struggling marriages. And it was just really beautiful to hear all those different stories of how God was still faithful when His people were faithful to Him, when they actually put Him first, when they actually put their troubles second to His power, and that His power came first. And they believed that. They really believed that God could change the hearts of their spouses. And most of the time, I saw it happen. I saw them change. And it was such an awesome time for me to witness that as such a young person. God also gave me opportunities to serve other mothers by taking care of their children, by just being an ear for them, by just talking to them and telling them what God was telling me. And that would end up encouraging them. And so that was really awesome that God put different things in my path to teach me so that I could learn. And I really, really believe that during that time, from being about 13 until I actually did get married, I was in school. God was schooling me. I was in the college of the Lord, and His word was my book, was my study guide. And He just used it so much to really chisel off pieces of me to form me into what He wanted me to be, so that I was completely ready when He actually brought me the person I was to marry and actually gave me a baby. And so that was the first part of my life that God told me something, and He actually did it. He actually did it. It was hard, because at the very young age of 13, I decided to not kiss anyone until my wedding day. I was only going to kiss my husband, and it was only going to be on our wedding day. That was going to be our first kiss. I was crazy. People called me crazy. People told me that's such a great aspiration to have, but you're not going to be able to do it. So don't hold yourself to that standard, because you're going to fail. But this was something that God told me. That God told me, you have a high standard, and you know what? You can do it through me, because my strength is bigger than anything. But people were doubtful. People actually told me, don't plan on that, because you're going to fail. How disheartening. And then people would tell me, man, I should have done that. I wish I could have done that. Well, why didn't you? You can do anything with God. Anything. You can do all things with Him. Especially and 100% when He tells you to do it. I mean, He's not going to go back on His own word. He's God. So it was just crazy that people were doubtful of that. But you know what? It happened. I saved my first kiss for my wedding day. And that's why I kind of called myself the first kiss girl. Because after years and years of people telling me I couldn't do it, I got to the point where I wanted to be known for this. Because I wanted people to know that when God says He's going to do something, He actually does it. And I was tired of people doubting Him. I was tired of people doubting His power when all around them there are stories and miracles happening every day. There are marriages being mended. There are people changing. doing completely 180s in their lives. And they're not trusting him to do awesome stuff. Like, really? Anyway, so I wanted to be that representation of God's awesomeness and that he could do whatever he wanted to. Now, when he says he's going to do something, he does it. I wanted people to know that. So anyway, that was the first part of my relationship with God, and him just really doing awesome stuff in my life was him telling me that I was going to serve him through being a wife and a